and you are. We are Citizen Outbreak. Welcome to the podcast.
Welcome back to another episode of Citizen Outbreak. A lot of crazy stuff has been going on the last couple of days, between the mass shooting in Australia to the Brown University shooting to Rob Reiner, legendary writer, director, actor, and I would call him maybe activist as well, being murdered. A lot of stuff going on. Not good to end the year, Matthew. We're closing in on the last couple days of December. And before we get into all the tragedy in the world, can we talk about something?
That's some kind of high lead-in.
Can we talk about something positive for
Please.
Now, you know I do these videos now, Matthew, where I talk about random stuff.
Yeah.
And one of the videos that I was going to do was about Christmas movies.
I like the one on Christmas music.
The Christmas music one was good. I got a lot of views on that one. But I'm going to do Christmas movies. But I wanted to talk about Christmas movies with you because we've talked about it in the past. We've debated about Christmas movies in the past. And we're going to talk about, I want to know what your favorite, just give me the five Christmas movies. No, okay, not five. Five is too much.
Five I can,
give me four.
Four
Christmas movies. You want to give me five? Give me five. I want explanations.
Well, you know, why? Okay, so I'll give you my, you know, because Christmas, there are movies, right, that have that sentimental pull, right? That when you're watching, you get that thing that, like, you know, it feels so good, it grabs you inside. And there's moments, and Christmas movies have those. You know, Christmas movies, the Arthur Christmas movie, you know, remember when he makes the candy canes?
Of course.
Yeah, that's one of them. Home Alone is one of them. Die Hard is one of them. Die Hard's incredible. You know, A Christmas Story is like, I don't even consider that a movie, because before it was streaming, when there was TBS, it was just playing all month. And it was just kind of like, it was like what it's like the equivalent of like waiting room music, you know, it's just constantly there throughout the month of December. I love it. Elf, by the way, was on the other day, and that shot up. That's because that's a relatively new one. And that one shot up. I love Elf.
Elf. I could watch Elf over and over and over and over again. I mean, that movie, and I still don't understand. Like, I understand that they were going to do a part 2, and
right.
they didn't like the script.
I can't believe they didn't get. I mean, I love that movie.
I mean, they could have worked out a script, but how do you not do a second Elf? It was fantastic.
It was amazing. I loved Elf. So I got Arthur, Elf. I got Arthur, Elf. What? Oh, Die Hard's in there for me. I'm not counting Christmas Story, right?
You said Christmas Story?
No, I wasn't gonna.
No.
Scrooged. Scrooged is amazing with Bill Murray. I grew up. I loved that movie. Bad Santa.
Bad Santa was pretty good.
Oh, you know, Bad Santa is amazing, but it doesn't. It's amazing, but I don't know that even is a Christmas movie. You know that they were trying to get Jack Nicholson originally for his part. That would have been a very different movie.
For which one?
For Bad Santa.
That was Billy Bob Thornton, right?
Yeah, and they were, and Tim Allen's Santa Claus is a nice movie too.
Tim Allen, Santa Claus. He had that. That's a whole series, Santa Claus.
Yeah, but the first one was
it's
really
not
good.
called Santa Claus. It's called
No.
the Santa Claus.
Right, because it's the claws. You
Yes.
put on the suit. And Rocky 4 is kind of a Christmas movie, although it came out Thanksgiving. But he was in Russia.
So Rocky 4, I think that's a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Die Hard, a lot of people don't consider it a Christmas movie. I consider it a Christmas movie. The movie takes place during Christmas. There's a Christmas tree. He brings Christmas gifts. He's coming to see his wife or ex-wife or separation wife for Christmas and see his kids for Christmas. They have Christmas songs during the movie.
Christmas in Hollis.
Christmas in Hollis, Queens. It's a Christmas movie.
That's a beautiful Christmas movie.
It's a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
I don't know what the debate is.
Yeah, I don't know. That to me. That's when he does the whole. I mean, he gets the first guy. It's ho ho ho. That's the message. Remember, he gives to Hans.
Yeah.
Ho ho ho. Now I have a machine gun.
Oh,
Hans Booby. Remember? Yeah. So those are. So we got Arthur, Christmas movie, The Christmas Story, Die Hard, Elf.
okay.
And Scrooged.
I got Home Alone.
Oh, and Home Alone. Yeah.
I could watch it a million times.
I love Home
I
Alone.
watched it already twice in November.
I gotta watch it. Maybe I'll watch it tonight.
Home Alone 2,
Great movie.
fantastic movie.
Yeah.
We just spoke about Elf. We spoke about Die Hard.
Yeah.
What about Family Man with Nicolas Cage?
Excellent.
That's the movie where he's very wealthy and he goes to buy some eggnog at that place is actually on Park Avenue.
On Park Avenue.
Yeah, like 58th Street, 59th Street. No, 56th. 56th. It was
Well,
on 56th.
You're saying it was a real bodega?
Yeah, it was a real bodega. It's not there anymore.
I don't remember that bodega being. Okay, yes.
It was there. It was there. I've been there. Anyway, he goes in to buy eggnog, and Don Cheadle was robbing.
Oh, I know where it is. It's on 54th. Sorry. Yeah. 54, 55. Yeah, 54. Okay, yeah. So Don Cheadle's there.
Yeah, because Nick Cage was working in the J.P. Morgan building, or Bear Stearns. It was Bear
Right.
Stearns back then. And he was very wealthy, and basically Don Cheadle says, if you gave him an option and like you're a very lucky man and all this stuff, and then you did this whole thing like all the Christmas movies. Like what's that the Christmas movie where he goes back and he
Scrooge.
No, not Scrooge. They all have the same kind of theme on these Christmas movies.
Christmas Carol.
No, not Christmas. Is it Christmas Carol where he goes back and he sees his life through another lens?
Well, Scrooged is a takeoff on the Christmas Carol. Ebenezer Scrooge.
Christmas Carol, he's running down the street in the snow and he's screaming.
Well, that's Scrooge with Bill Murray. But they all
they all have the same theme.
Scrooge.
Where
Scrooge is there's three ghosts.
Okay, no, this is a different one. The guy's running the Christmas Carol where he's running down the street and he's saying, na 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 na.
Scrooge is a takeoff on Christmas Carol, the old Hans Christian Andersen. I think Hans Christian.
That's it. Yeah, that's the one.
Right, but Scrooge is the modern day one where Scrooge is Bill Murray. He's a TV producer and he's rich, powerful guy. Three ghosts. You see your past,
right? You
see your present, and then you see your future. And when he comes out of his potential future, and he realizes it was not. It's like Family Man is a riff on it because that he comes out of his alter and he's now learned the lesson. It's same like what do you call it? We're not even talking about What a Wonderful Life.
A Life. That's the movie I was talking about.
Okay, so that's
Wonderful Life.
it.
Yeah.
You know the story about Wonderful Life, the actor.
No, what's the story? He got killed.
No, what's his name again? The guy that played Wonderful Life. Jesus.
Didn't he get killed?
Wonderful Life, Ernest. Actor. I can't believe it. He had that. Yes. So the actor in Wonderful Life, Jimmy Stewart. Sorry, Jimmy Stewart. So you know that Jimmy Stewart was a fighter pilot in World War II, or what? He had incredible PTSD, and in that movie, when he was crying and breaking down, I mean, he had serious PTSD, and like so the emotions that he was going through, like they say it was really real because they didn't know it. We hadn't yet defined PTSD, but it's a little movie fact. But that movie's a great movie too.
That's a great movie. Okay, let me continue.
Yeah, go.
So we said Family Man. Gremlins is a Christmas movie.
Yes, it's a Christmas movie. Absolutely.
Gremlins is a great movie, and I kind of when my kids were younger,
Yeah.
I would always tell the nanny or the babysitter to don't give them chocolate after a certain time.
Yeah.
Don't give them water after a certain time. Make sure they're at bed at a certain time. And they're like kind of like the Gremlins. The Gremlins. You don't want to feed them after a certain time. No sunlight. You know.
You know what's wild is that it's weird. Like the Gremlins is gone. It was huge. I mean, the generation behind us, do they know what the Gremlins is? I haven't heard it.
Let me tell you something. Kids don't even know what Home Alone is now.
That's wild. It's true.
And
I kind of feel like you see, I'm saying, like, I don't know, I still see and you still hear music from the Home Alone. Kids, like, I don't have kids, but Gremlins is literally nowhere. Like, I never see it on social media.
Nobody talks about Gremlins.
Like, do you remember how big, like, Gremlins, I hadn't heard the word Gremlins in I don't know how long.
No, it's a great movie. I don't know, and
it means nothing to people under I don't know 30, 35.
I don't know, but a lot of these movies that they are great movies.
They don't make good movies anymore. Anyway.
But unless somebody says to you, "Hey, watch this movie," you're not going to know that it's a good movie or that it was about Christmas. My last one, Matthew. My last one.
Yeah.
Okay. My last Christmas movie. And there's a ton of great Christmas movies out there. I could keep.
Sorry. So just on Home Alone, and it's on theme with the Gremlin thing. Okay, listen to this, because Home Alone came out in 1991. Okay.
Yeah.
Or 1990, whatever it is. That's 35 years ago, right?
Yeah.
When it came out, so if we go and we tell somebody now, go watch Home Alone. It's the equivalent of somebody our age telling somebody in 1991 to go watch a movie from 1955.
It's crazy.
That's why they look at us. Sorry to cut you off, but I saw that and that blew my mind.
It's nuts. It's nuts.
Yeah. Okay, sorry. Yeah. Continue.
So another one of my movies, and I'm just looking to see something.
Yeah.
I brought something in my head now. I'm like. Lethal Weapon.
Good call. That's a good call. I forgot about that one.
Lethal Weapon.
That's such a great movie. That's a great movie.
Great movie. Another movie that it's not really out there. And so I'm Home Alone, a lot of people, I think, or the media or the networks might have scrubbed it, is because in Home Alone 2, we have a cameo by then Donald Trump, now President Trump. People don't like watching it. I remember even
really. I think they cut it out.
They cut it out completely.
Yeah, because he owned the plaza at that time, and that was the stipulation for why they could film there. He had to be in it.
Right. And Lethal Weapon, a lot of people don't like what's his name?
Mel.
Mel Gibson.
When they came up with that movie, it wasn't like the studio was surprised that they came back with that. It wasn't necessarily supposed to be a black guy and a white guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The
Well,
casting Jackie Birch. It was her idea, and it was like, whoa, what do you mean? And it was actually like a big. They weren't like, it wasn't like, hey, let's make a movie about a black guy and a white guy. It was, let's make a movie about, and they just the studio never thought about it, and then when they saw it, they liked it.
Okay, well, here I'm going to tell you another Christmas movie to segue into our first official topic.
Yeah, but I got one. I want to see if you're going to say it. Yeah?
Go ahead. No, I'm not.
No. Go.
100% I'm not going to say any movie that you're thinking of.
Oh. I was going to say The Ref is a good Christmas movie, too. It's not up with Dennis Leary. It was a pretty good one.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to tell you a Christmas movie, and I'll be honest, I've never watched it.
Yeah.
But to segue into our first topic.
Okay.
There was a Christmas movie called Mixed Nuts with Steve Martin. Have you watched it?
Mixed Nuts. I got to see the poster.
Philip, played by Steve Martin, manages a suicide prevention hotline called Lifesavers, assisted by Mrs. Munchnick. Played by Madeline Kahn and Catherine Rita Wilson. On Christmas Eve, Philip learns that their landlord, Gary Shandling, is evicting them from their office. Amid all their unrest, Catherine proclaims her love for Philip, and when a transvestite, Liv Schreiber, and a pregnant woman, Juliette Lewis, enters into the equation, things get even more interesting.
Adam Sandler's in this.
Yeah. Why am I bringing up this movie?
Why?
Why?
Yeah.
Because Rob Reiner was murdered over the weekend.
He made Mixed Nuts?
He was in Mixed Nuts, and he was not the director. Nora Ephron was the director. But Rob Reiner played Dr. Kinski in the movie. And the reason why I brought up Rob Reiner in this movie is because it popped up as a Christmas movie that Rob Reiner had dealings with.
I think When Harry Met Sally's kind of a Christmas movie. Or maybe that's just a real New York movie.
That's a New York movie.
It's a great movie. I love that movie.
He had a lot of great movies. Rob Reiner. Okay, so like let's
Stand By Me.
Let's back it up. Rob Reiner, Meathead, aka Meathead, because All in the Family he played Archie Bunker's son-in-law, and Archie Bunker called him Meathead.
Yeah.
Now, say whatever you want about Rob Reiner and his politics and the way he was. He was a very, very talented film director.
Iconic.
Spinal Tap.
Well, right, but before you get just before, I'll let you roll. But before you get there, because you touched on it. I mean, the Bunkers. What do you call it?
Archie Bunker.
All in the Family. Was that the name of the show?
Yeah,
All in the Family. Yeah. I mean, that show is amazing. He was an amazing. I mean, that alone was an iconic. That's an iconic role, right? I mean, that was awesome.
So, let's see. Rob Reiner, Spinal Tap, The Princess Diaries, Stand By Me, When Harry Met Sally. Sorry. And the list goes.
A Few Good Men.
Sleepless in Seattle, The American President.
A Few Good Men.
Few Good Men. It says Wolf of Wall Street, but he didn't direct that.
He was an actor in it. Remember, he was the father. He was great.
That's right. He was the father.
He was great. A lot of sides. We ordered a lot of sides.
It's the very, very, very talented, and shockingly, his son, Nick Reiner, was the one who murdered Rob Reiner and his wife. Now, Matthew, do you know, are you following the story? Do you know what was going on, what happened, like the whole details of how this came to be?
I mean, I've seen different things. I saw the thing about the daughter was there, and that's how they knew right away, supposedly, that because I saw that, what's his name from Hollywood Insider? You sent that to me.
Yeah, so let me break it down for you.
Yeah.
From the details that are coming out are Rob Reiner, his wife, and the son went to a Christmas party hosted by Conan O'Brien. There, it seems like something happened. There was an argument with somebody. I forgot which actor. It was one of those SNL actors that's coming out. They went home. They were supposed to celebrate Hanukkah together. We don't know what happened after that, but it seems like whatever happened with the Conan O'Brien thing continued into the house at home. And whatever happened, we don't know, but allegedly Nick Reiner, the son, slashed Rob Reiner's throat and then slashed his mother's throat. And the sister who lives in the house, who is actually his half sister, because she lives in a house, like a guest house in the back. She's Rob Reiner's first child with what's her name? Rob Reiner's first, the actress Penny Marshall. Penny
Marshall was great.
Yeah, so Penny Marshall's daughter with Rob Reiner finds the bodies. The stepmother is still alive. She calls 911. The ambulance comes. They put her in the ambulance. She tells the stepdaughter that it was the son that did this, that slit their throats, and then she dies. The daughter tells the police, but from what I read, allegedly, the police needed a search warrant to go in to investigate what happened, and it took about 6 hours for them to actually go in. Now, that's unbelievable to me.
They couldn't get entry for 6 hours?
They didn't go in, or they couldn't get entry. I don't really understand what happened, but this is from what I saw, what I read, that they couldn't gain entry. It's bizarre to me that, number one, that something like this could happen. Like, was he on drugs? We don't know. He did have a history of drugs, this Nick, and living on the streets. He definitely was a problem child, and we don't know what sent him over the top, but something that night did send him over the top, where he went into a fit of rage and in cold blood slashed the throats of two elderly people. And
Barons.
This happened in Brentwood, LA, and you know, in Brentwood, they're no stranger to slashing throats. O.J. Simpson's ex-wife, Nicole Brown Simpson, just down the road in Brentwood, also had her throat slashed. Now, we don't know who the killer was, wink wink, but this was pretty cut and dry. The son did it.
Yeah.
And it's tragic. Now, a couple weird things I want to bring up, Matthew.
Yeah, please.
Your thoughts. No, number one, last night Michelle Obama was on, I think it was Jimmy Kimmel. Am I wrong? Maybe I'm right. I don't know.
It was on Kimmel. I saw.
Jimmy Kimmel. She said that the Obamas, Michelle and Barack, were supposed to come to their house or meet them that night.
Yeah, I thought if it was he had a party. What they were gonna go? What were they gonna do?
What were they going to do? They were at a party and then they went home. Well, obviously, the party's not. Or I wouldn't imagine that an LA party is very early, and then they go home and then they're celebrating Hanukkah. What time?
Well, maybe they were supposed to. Maybe they got to the Conan O'Brien party after Rob left. I don't know.
So you think that they were supposed to go to? That's where they were supposed to.
I don't know. Kimmel
to
didn't. Kimmel didn't. I
Kimmel
don't know.
didn't dig in.
So that's an odd thing. That is odd.
That's
That's objectively odd. Like, why? Really, the president was going to see. What was the plan? I have no idea.
And then the other thing is, I didn't know that Michelle Obama and Barack Obama are hanging out again.
But the O'Brien party was the night of the death.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know.
I'm just trying to read this.
I mean, I just thought of was also you remember Phil Hartman?
Yeah.
I mean, that was his wife, but that was shotgunning. She shotgunned him and shotgunned herself. That was in Encino, though.
Yeah, I'm trying to read Jimmy Kimmel Live Monday. She and her husband, former Barack Obama, had plans to see the filmmaker Rob Reiner and his wife, Michelle Singer Reiner, on the day they were found dead, and they were supposed to be seeing them that night, last night, she told Jimmy Kimmel during the interview. Robin. I don't know. I'm not buying Michelle Obama's story.
Here's what I'll say. It's funny because I saw it and I thought the same thing. I'm not lying. Like, I was like, that's a weird little detail. Like, but I assumed now, like, I just saw like it was on Twitter or Instagram or something. Why would the normal question would be like, where were you going to see him?
Where were you going to see them? What time? Here's the whole thing. We don't really know what time Conan's party was, what time they were planning to celebrate Hanukkah or get together, and then why was Barack Obama and Michelle Obama coming to see Rob Reiner and his wife at home? When did Barack Obama and Michelle Obama start hanging out again? Because we know that they've been kind of living separate lives. It's bizarre. It's strange. And it's even stranger that she went on Jimmy Kimmel after. I mean, if I was going to somebody's house and they were a good friend of mine and they got murdered and I was supposed to be at their house that night to see them, the last thing I'm doing is going on a talk show and talking about it. I would be devastated.
Well, here's what I'll say. I mean, I imagine they didn't just.
It's bizarre.
Rob Reiner. I'm trying to understand. What I'm saying is that I mean, I don't think that they just that they had dinner plans. Oh wait, Michelle Obama said on Jimmy Kimmel that she and Barack Obama had dinner plans with Rob Reiner and his wife. This was the night of Osama bin Laden operation in May 11. So I guess it wasn't, like, maybe it was cut together, I guess, because this is saying it wasn't about the night that he went down.
No, I just read that it was the night that they went down. Right here.
I don't.
Yeah, friends Rob Reiner and Michelle Reiner, the night they were killed. Rob and Michelle Reiner are some of the most decent, courageous people you ever want to know. She defended them, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Right here. USA Today. Michelle Obama has revealed that she had plans to see Rob and Michelle Reiner the same day that the director and same day.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry, this is weird.
Another thing that I'd like to discuss. President Donald Trump commented
Oh, yeah.
on Rob Reiner after he passed. Quote, "A very sad thing happened last night in Hollywood. Rob Reiner, a tortured and struggling but once very talented movie director and comedy star, has passed away together with his wife, Michelle, reportedly due to the anger he caused others through his massive, unyielding, and incurable affliction with a mind-crippling disease known as Trump derangement syndrome, sometimes referred to as TDS. He was known to have driven people crazy by his raging obsession of President Donald J. Trump, with his obvious paranoia reaching new heights as the Trump administration surpassed all goals and expectations of greatness, and with the golden age of America upon us, perhaps like never before, may Rob and Michelle rest in peace." Now, Matthew, look, I don't celebrate anybody's death, my enemy, nothing, and if I do, I'm keeping it inside to myself. I'm not going online. I'm not posting about it. I'm not talking about it. I am definitely not making a statement like that. I think it was very low class. I think it's above below the president to say something, or you just went fuzzy.
I'm out of focus.
You're out of focus now.
Why am I out of focus? It's like that Woody Allen movie.
But while you fix that, I'm going to continue speaking. So anyway, I don't agree with President Trump why he said that, and the terminology why he said that. He should have just left it alone. Don't talk about it and don't say anything. Maybe just say rest in peace. Don't go into the whole thing about Trump derangement syndrome. The guy was murdered in cold blood. It had nothing to do with President Trump, at least that we know, unless it comes out that his son was a deranged Trump MAGA supporter, which who knows, the media might paint him that way. But I don't agree with Trump putting that out there. I think he should have just let it go. I think it actually hurt him with people, the way they think about him. And why are you giving fuel and more ammunition to these people?
So, I saw this, and I remember I saw it, and I kind of looked at it, looked away, and I was like, what? And I went back and read it, right? And it was jarring. Like, you read these. He's done this category of tweet in the past, right? And it's like you read it, you have that jarring thing, you get through the middle of it, and you can kind of be like, oh, okay, I see what he's doing here. This one, so it's ugly. It's like, it's all those things, okay? It's so bad that I sat back and I was like, why is he doing this? Okay, it's not that, I don't subscribe to, you can't dismiss this just as the guy had a temper tantrum or saw a blurb of news and shot from the hip this text. I mean, this is a detailed tweet that he shot out, Rudy. And I think, so I say, what is he doing? And I think, he does these types, and this is just conjecture, and I'm not rational. I wish he didn't do it. I think it's shit. I think there's a large, in his base, there's a lot of frustration and fatigue. And if you, specifically talked about Bob Reiner, he was very, what to me was, what Trump brought up in that tweet was the Russia collusion hoax, right? And Rob Reiner was like, he was all over it. And, as you said, the last 10 years of Rob Reiner's, I mean, like we're talking about Christmas movies, nobody under 30 knows what Stand By Me is. If they talk about Rob Reiner, they might know him as like this. If they're, a liberal, they might be like, I love Rob Reiner, he hates Trump. So he was definitely a face on that side. So what is Trump doing? I think Trump is giving like a symbolic form of accountability on the Russian collusion stuff, choosing to frame it around that to a crowd that he's losing some steam with, I think, because they're not getting any real accountability. He can't or doesn't want to bring any kind of accountability to Comey, to Brennan, to Hillary, to Obama, and large part of his base wants that accountability. And I look at this as kind of and I don't like it. I think it's a fucking crazy, like, he knows that he doesn't have CNN people. They hate him. They're going to hate him whether he tweets this or not. He doesn't have, like, this tweet's going to universally offend pretty much everybody. There is that slice of his group of followers that, you know, what happens is, and we see it, this is like a sorting bell, okay? It polarizes people. It goes off, and then we're talking about it. Everybody across all of Twitter is X and CNN, and now all of a sudden, the people that are getting fatigued by him, his followers, they see, you know, Maddow, they see their, you know, it's like this wakes people up to say there's the enemy, and he's betting that the energy that he hopes this creates ultimately outweighs the details of how it got started. I think it's gross. I think it's, you know, it says a lot about where we are today. You know, I don't blame him at all, like, for us getting here. I think it's certainly he's a polarizing figure, and he helped get us here just by being, you know, obviously there. But it's been really ugly. This is politics now. It's terrible.
It is. It turned into politics.
Well, I mean, it is. This is how politics is done in America now. If you think about what our Congress has done in the last 6 months, they've talked about you know, there's the Epstein stuff. They've talked about kings and fascists. I mean, all it is attacks and theater. It displaced Hollywood. The reason why Hollywood can't make any good movies anymore is that it's just politics now.
And that's why we don't have any good Christmas movies.
Exactly. So, you know, I mean, I think it was shit. I think it's, you know, emblematic of where our country is with the political process right now. I think, you know, I don't think it was just, I can't, I mean, if this was really just him shooting from the hip, I mean, that's like insane.
It's insane. I don't agree with
But I think there's a strategy. I think it's shit all around. I'm not excusing or rationalizing any part of it. But when you see something so jarring and so, like, this is insane. Why would he do this? I try to figure out what he's thinking. Is a strategy behind it, and it's sad if that's like what it is, because he's the leader, and choosing to use such a brutal. It's ugly. The whole thing is just really ugly.
It's very ugly. I don't agree with it. I don't think he should have done it. But
Yeah, no, of course not.
anyway, on to the next topic. Speaking of other people that don't want to listen to President Donald Trump, millions of liberals have decided to do something called presidential blackout,
Yeah.
where they completely ignore the president.
How long did they make it? Like 4 seconds?
I'm not sure. There was no timeline. It doesn't say when it starts, when it ends.
Yeah.
I have no idea, but maybe this is a good thing. Maybe as a psychiatrist or psychologist or an advisor to liberals, and I'm not a doctor, so I but I could play one on TV if I wanted to. I guess if somebody cast me as Dr. Rudy, but I would advise them in order to cure their Trump derangement syndrome, TDS, to ignore President Donald Trump, ignore his tweets, his X's, his Truth Socials, whatever he's saying, ignore. Turn off the TV, stop watching, don't follow him, don't look what he's watching, and maybe your TDS will go away and your blood pressure will come down and you can live a happy life. And for the next 3 years, stop paying attention to what he's doing. Stop paying attention.
Well, you know, the thing is, if that were to happen, that would actually, you know, be their best chance of, you know, of what do you call it? Taking away some of his influence and power and relevance, right? If you remember when they got him out the last time, there was that window where he really wasn't in the room, you know? And then they started charging him with all this cockamamie stuff. And it's, you know, that's when it just went. And so that's, That's why like, you look at what he did and how insane it is. That's like what I'm thinking he was doing, and it's sad, and it's also insane that like if that's like a strategy that this guy can just he's like, that's what I'm going to do but yeah, they can't last more than 4 seconds. It's an obsession. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, these liberals, no matter if he does something fantastic, they will find something to say, you know what? No, that was terrible. I'm against it.
That's all fine and good. I mean,
Stops a war. No, it was terrible. The Venezuela. Look at Venezuela. What's going on with Venezuela? Which he just sent out another truth that the Venezuela is surrounded and nobody's getting in and out of Venezuela. How can you be shooting and bombing a drug boat? Are you kidding me?
Look, it's okay. It's all fine and good for them to not like anything and identify and not be able to see anything good. That's fine. But the problem is, and it gets us to where we are today, is if you look at just let's go by vocabulary. What words have been retired, from having any meaning in our society? Take fascist, take dictator, take racist, take woman, take
woman. What's a woman?
Well, what I'm saying is the problem with the derangement is like, and what's nuts is like they are on that side, they do have like the actors, the creatives, the Spielberg, like you would think they could write better copy. And it's like when everybody's a racist, nobody's a racist. When everybody's, Hitler, nobody's Hitler. So they've really gotten rid of. And look, you can hate Trump, that's fine, but like using the word fascist is just stupid. It's a misapplication of that word. So you really have to be irrational to get there. And that's why it gets these extremes. These people, I mean, and it's like, you got, I mean, they took shots at him. I mean, there was an attempted, so we're at a pitch, that's being inflamed by all this nonsense. That's the nature of that's where the American political system is today. It's just you're either a good person or a bad person. That's the framework through which the political process is taught and debated now.
It's a disease. Let's go on to our next topic. Brown University.
Yeah, Rudy, you're just hitting all the high notes today.
I know, it's depressing. Honestly, it's depressing. It's depressing.
Tell me about Brown.
2 Brown students fatally shot in Saturday's attack. Brown University. Ella Cook, 19, from Alabama.
Yeah.
Mohammed Aziz Umuzkov from Uzbekistan. Shot on campus at Brown University in Rhode Island. It's terrible. Number one, I think most people that are listening to this probably were watching the news, heard about this, and
did they get the gunman?
Here's the thing.
Yeah. They
first released information that they had one guy that came down from, and I'm not going to say his name because I think the guy has a very good case on suing Brown University and the state of Rhode Island. So they said they leaked information about one guy. They're saying that he drove from Wisconsin all the way to Brown and did these shootings. They leaked his name. They leaked his information. It's out there. So people think that this was the shooter.
Yeah.
And then they released him and saying, no, it wasn't him.
So similar with Charlie Kirk.
No, Charlie Kirk, the guy that they arrested initially, said, "I did it. I did it. I did it." It wasn't the guy. This was different. They arrested the guy, said he did it, leaked the information about that this is the guy, his name, but he didn't do it.
Okay.
Now, more information is coming out, and actually, I saw this early in the morning before it was even on the news, that a man by the name of Mustafa Karbaha was the one who allegedly did this shooting. Now, since we've been sitting here and when we started taping and you're like, what do you know, why are you looking down on your phone?
No.
I said, stuff is coming out and that they're saying that this Mustafa Karbaha, because information has already come out that this, since the time that we've been sitting here, that this is the guy, the Rhode Island, I guess, Brown University, the police are saying that this is not the guy. However, However, you know the cameras, we have them in New York and big cities. They like scan you and they could tell you how tall you are, how fat you are. They could probably tell you how weight.
Yeah, I mean the tech that they have now today is amazing.
So this guy, this shooter was obviously, his face had a mask on it, and you can't tell who it is. But you know, you got the height, you got the weight, you got the depth of him. So there's something called a gait match. Look it up. Look it up. The gate match.
The gate match.
And this guy matched up 97% to the shooter. So they have this guy at a pro-Palestine march or protest, whatever you want to call it. And then they took his image of his body and they put it up to the image of the shooter, and he had a 97% match. But he's not the shooter, they're saying. His information was scrubbed off the internet already. And this is insane. Okay, number one, the cameras were not working in the building where this happened. That's number one. Number two, the police are saying, oh, the no working cameras because it's an older building. The police took them, from what I understand, 17 minutes? I don't know. I forgot how long it took for them to get there. More people probably could have been killed. But no, they don't have a suspect. They don't have anything. As of right now. Maybe something's going on, but I haven't seen anything.
How the hell do they not have a suspect?
They don't have a suspect because they didn't have any cameras, and the cameras that they did have.
This is on Brown University. Somebody runs into a building. What kind of gun did he? Do they know what kind of gun he had?
There's very little information out there about what's going on. They don't. Excuse me. Well, I fumble through my words because I'm in such disbelief. But the university doesn't even know they didn't even know what class this happened in. I saw something about that teacher.
There was information about the teacher I saw.
The teacher, from what I understand, was teaching a Republican class?
Teacher, economics class. She also teaches Jewish studies.
Right.
So, and she served faculty members, but she was not in the classroom when the shooting happened. So why is she,
I don't know.
Rachel Friedberg. I don't know who. I don't know. I mean, I'm looking at all this now. So they released the guy. They don't have a shooter.
They don't have a shooter. They don't have any information. They have diddly squat. And More information is probably going to come out about this in the next, I would imagine, 48 hours.
This Kash Patel sucks, man.
But he's not. They're not doing anything yet. It was.
Yeah, I get it.
I think the FBI is just getting involved. But how do you not have cameras? There's cameras everywhere.
This is Brown University.
Brown University. Just think about it. You're paying all this money to have your child go to school there. You think that it's going to be secure. It's an Ivy League school, the most liberal of all Ivy League schools.
Yeah, I think it's pass fail.
And they sit on an $8 billion endowment.
And the cameras don't work.
You can't buy cameras. Now, everywhere that I go, there's a camera. I mean, there's houses, there's cameras on all the houses. There's cameras inside houses around where I live. In the city, you got a camera on every corner. We just upgraded a building with new cameras because the old cameras didn't get the right angles. When the police come to me, they say, hey, I want to see your cameras. And if you don't give them the cameras or the videos for what they're looking for, they treat you like you're the criminal. And now we're talking about $8 billion endowment, Brown University, and you're telling me that they don't have cameras? They don't have cameras in the building? They don't have cameras in the hallways? They don't have cameras when you walk out of the building? Now, they did have this guy walking around. He looks like he's a short, chubby guy, around 5'6", 5'8", fat dweeb. I mean, it's incredible. They're lucky only 2 people were dead.
You know, I don't understand how they don't have I mean, how do they not have a shooter?
I don't know.
The thing about a campus is that it's a campus, right?
It's a campus.
So there's gates. You know, you hear about something going on in building number 7 on the South Quad. You know, like you have a perimeter.
Yeah.
I don't. It's pretty odd.
It's very odd.
I mean,
I've been on
the truth is,
college campuses, Matthew, and there's everywhere lately that I've been on college campus. I'll take a look. I'll ask how safe it is. You know, you walk on the campus. We've been to many universities because we've been traveling, looking at camp with my daughters, and I want to make sure where they're going to school is safe. And when you walk down outside, they have some of them are blue lights. You tap down. It's like a pole, and you tap
blue
down
light system.
And it calls the police. And a lot of these universities, the police will show up within a matter of seconds.
A lot, you know.
Sometimes they're blue, sometimes they're red lights, yellow lights. It doesing matter. There's a light.
A lot of these universities have their own.
A lot of them have apps, and you're walking on your phone, and you're connected. And you know they're telling you if you're walking alone on campus, you press the button, somebody will show up right away. There's cameras. I've seen cameras everywhere. Brown University, $8 billion endowment. Shame on you, Brown University.
Well, absolutely.
Shame on you.
You know, it reminds me. I mean, remember when the kid got eaten by the alligator at Disney?
Yeah.
So Bob Iger's book, he starts off with that incident.
I stayed there the week after it happened.
They didn't have cameras. Or sorry, not cameras. They didn't have any kind of signage, any kind of thing to protect guests from the gators you're in the marshlands there.
Yeah. I stayed there the week after that happened, Matthew, and there's a little rope.
Right.
And it says, and there was a sign, gators, don't go over there. And I'm like, I'm not going over there.
They didn't have that before you got there.
No.
And he says that in the book. And the point is, like, the only why that is because like $8 billion endowment in today.
But it's a little rope.
No, but I'm talking about Brown not having cameras. It's psychotic.
It's insane.
Like, and then you know did you see the reporter ask the dean or whatever the question?
The dean gets paid $3 million a year, allegedly.
And she didn't know. I don't know if it was the dean, whoever was the woman that was in charge. It was 6 hours, and it was shocking. This reporter has probably been thrown in jail for asking this question. But he's like, "What happened in the classroom?" And she's like, "We're just trying to get a handle on it." And he's like, "It's been 6 hours." And she's like, "Huh?" And he's like, "It's 6 hours," and she couldn't answer basic questions about what happened.
Well, I got some breaking news right here. Breaking. Brown University has issued a statement condemning the doxing of a student whose name has been widely circulated online. The university emphasized that this individual is not a suspect in the shooting and urged the public to stop spreading unverified and harmful information. They're talking about this one gentleman that we're talking about. Again, the gate, GAIT match, 97.8%. 97.8%. They're talking about doxing this guy, but they released the information about the other guy, and they let it go on for over a day. They didn't say anything. I don't know, Matthew. I'm very upset about this. This is very disturbing. I want to throw my phone at somebody.
It's horrible.
Can we talk about Christmas music again? I'm just kidding.
Well, I actually have a question for you because I thought about it. Because last week we spoke about you can't see me. Kurt Angle.
John Cena.
Oh, John Cena. Sorry. What did you think of? There was a lot of controversy over the way that they got him out of there. What did you think about that?
Cena, whose tagline is "You can't see me." His other tagline.
Rudy, do it.
Can't see me. His other tagline is "Never give up."
Right.
John Cena gave up.
Why did they do that to him?
Look, it's been a lot of people don't understand as a wrestling fan.
Well, that's why I'm asking you.
When the person, and I think we spoke about it, that it's like when you're going to retire, you don't really what he did is he went on a retirement tour.
Right.
Nobody does that in wrestling. It's going to be your last match. It's okay. My last match, WrestleMania, Survivor Series, and wherever, big pay-per-view, whatever. Now it's a P&L, PLE, whatever it is. He happened to do it at Saturday night's main event, which was not a pay-per-view or a big event. It wasn't.
Oh, really? It wasn't a big. I thought it was like a.
It's a big thing, but it's not really a big thing.
Okay, but it's not like Royal Rumble. Okay,
it's not a huge thing. Which most of the time they do it. Ric Flair, who had his retirement against Shawn Michaels retired. Undertaker, same thing. These wrestlers, they lose, and they give the baton to the younger guy, so the younger guy gets his flowers and moves on.
Okay, so that's the protocol.
It's protocol. But the way that he lost to get choked out in the middle of the ring, and his thing is never give up, and he gave up,
it's weird.
Is a thing. And a lot of people also don't think that Gunther should have been the one to retire him. Now,
did you see the? Yeah,
I absolutely think that Gunther should have retired him because Gunther is a top talent, and I think that he's going to be, barring injury, God forbid he doesn't get injured, he will be one of the top stars for many, many, many years. The guy is an amazing athlete. He's a perfect villain heel, as they call them in professional wrestling, and I think he is great. Now, should he have choked out John Cena in the middle of the ring and retired him that way? No, I think it should have been like a shocking end. Not from outside, but from Gunther winning solidly.
See, I caught, so there's a few things and I got some questions, but I caught the thing on social media and I watched it because people are pissed. And I thought there were a few interesting things about it to me. One was obviously never give up, and he taps out. The actual tap out is not a good, that was never a thing while I watched WWE because they're not really fighting. And the tap out was kind of like, there's no drama to the tap out.
There's no drama to the tap. Now,
like,
remember, I told you.
By the way, in real
moves is the sharpshooter.
Right.
which is a submission move.
Right, but at least there's theater to it.
There's theater. This was no theater. He did
This,
a tap
but
and
what
that was it.
but what I'm saying is like the tap out in MMA is dramatic because you
Right.
know that guy's about to go, that arm's about to break. In WWE, the the kind of danger isn't there, and even like his selling it. I mean, I've never seen that before, Rudy. So that confused me. And
So
then
Matthew, when that
Yeah.
happens, it's called he didn't sell the submission.
well, I get it. That's what I'm saying. But it's also I've just never seen a submission move other than the sharpshooter. But there's theater. He turns him around. That's like a crazy and you didn't want to get into the sharpshooter. You know what I mean? Like it was that whole thing. He's got him into the sharpshooter. But so I didn't think. Then the second part of it that was interesting to me was like when they were saying bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. Right?
Yeah.
The crowd. They broke that wall, right? Like WWE, it's great script writing, it's great character development, and these fights are dramatic. I don't remember any part of when I was watching it, certainly not with like the Hulk and Andre, or with Steve Austin, like where they're simultaneously admitting that it's scripted.
Right. It's called kayfabe.
What? Explain.
Kayfabe is the term.
Explain.
Kayfabe,
What is that?
the difference between being real and not real. Like you're kayfabe, like you're not. John Cena is a character, but then there's John Cena, the
Right.
person. So like when you break kayfabe means you're not the character anymore. So
Yeah, but that was so weird to me to see that.
it's
Like
been
because
happening a lot more with wrestling.
well, I think they have to do that because of what's going on with MMA and UFC, and they're trying this thing to make it super realistic. Like it's a weird line that they're not a weird. I understand the lane that they're going down, like with the post press conferences, like trying to like try to talk about it. Like they got Triple H talking really seriously about it, like a Dana White character. You know what I
Right,
mean?
he talked about why they decided for him to tap out the way he did, which is stupid. He should never have said that.
I found that to be, I was like, that to me, and I'm not invested in and I've got questions about Cena for you too, but that to me is the sadder part because the fantasy of the WWE, the amazing thing about WWE is when they've got something really cooking, when I was like, I'll get back, like it's fun, you know what I mean? And like they had amazing scripting and characters, and I just don't like this angle, the kayfabing thing. I didn't realize that this was such a where they're basically talking about like the script that's going on. It's I don't like that. And then so my question to Cena about him, the Cena character.
Yeah.
Right. As I told you last week, I know, obviously I know who he is, but I never really invested. I didn't understand. So he came out and he was a hip hop guy, right?
Yep, correct.
I guess the real Cena is he's a coffee drinker. He wears 6-piece suits. He walks around talking about, he's a very articulate gentleman type guy.
Yeah, he grew up and he became, he got a little rich, made some money.
But is that
What a
still
nice
the
house.
character? Like when he goes into the ring?
No. He has his outside character, which
Okay,
is
so-
not character. He's John Cena the man, not John Cena the wrestler. But John Cena the man is I wear a nice suit,
Okay, so the coffee guy is John Cena the man.
coffee guy, wine connoisseur, lots of he's got a car collection. He likes the finer things in life.
Right, that's his thing.
That's his thing. And then he's the actor, obviously. And then you have John Cena, the wrestler, which
Okay.
is I love kids. I'll go to, charities for kids. I'm going to give my towel away to the kids.
But it's no more this.
Smile. No, he still does that. That's
Okay,
his,
but what I'm saying is when I went back and I just saw, because like we got a lot of juice on the Cena thing. It went from he'd walk in like this with the big links
right.
to now.
Not anymore.
he's doing this. Saluting.
He salutes now.
But I don't get where that matches with the hip hop thing.
No, he kind of stopped doing hip hop. That phase went out. He stopped doing hip hop. He went into a different phase of his life, and now he's John Cena. Everybody, either you like him or you don't like him.
I guess
like a character. He went like, remember I said he's the closest thing that they have to Hulk Hogan because he went.
Yeah, but I was thinking about that when you told me that, and I couldn't find, and I don't. It's not that I don't, but I didn't know what his character was, because I've seen like on social media, like I saw the whole thing with the coffee thing. I thought he was funny in that what's it, the Amy Schumer. Whatever that movie was, I thought he was funny. You told me about the Make-A-Wish thing. He's a good guy. But then I just didn't know what his character was. Most of these guys, they've got a character, and that's the.
Right, so he went from thugonomics to...
What's thugonomics?
That was his thing, thugonomics. And he
I like that.
To this other John Cena character where he was just... jorts, running into the ring, salute, throwing his towel, high fives a kid, stuff like that. But that's where all these people, all these wrestlers, somehow they go through, they reinvent themselves throughout the wrestling business. You had Undertaker went to, the biker Undertaker,
right?
Badass. Then Hulk Hogan went from red and yellow to... He
was always Hulk, but he just switched sides.
Right, he went to Hollywood Hulk Hogan.
Heel and babyface.
Right, heel and babyface. And then you have these, and then sometimes, the wrestler will, they need their gimmick to evolve and change, because otherwise it gets boring, And you could always go back. You could always go back to that gimmick as nostalgia.
Stone Cold was like Golden Boy or something before he was Stone Cold.
Steve Austin.
Right, yeah.
And then that was when he had hair, and then he became Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah.
And then he didn't wrestle for that long, Steve Austin.
No, he's back.
In the Stone Cold era. All right. Thank you very much for tuning in. Please go to citizenoutbreak.com. Again, those games make great stocking stuffers. And Hanukkah is upon us, and if you order now, you will get the game by the end of Hanukkah.
I lit my candles.
iTunes, Spotify,
Instagram, YouTube,
TikTok,
Amazon.
We're on Amazon. You can buy the game on Amazon too. Just search it up. Citizen Outbreak Podcast, Citizen Outbreak the game. Thank you very much for tuning in, Matthew. You have a great night.